In your bulletin, on the left side, in that little box right there, these are the tenets that we have been working on. I guess it took us about 2 months to get them done. But these are the tenets of metaphysical Christianity. I'm going to read them again, just so we can be reminded of them. God is love. All are children of love. Children of God, excuse me. God love flows to us and through us. Every heart desire is of God. Jesus is the Christed Son of God. All are on the journey of Christing. We create our reality. Experience expands our Christed awareness. Heaven and earth are one, and we are eternal. As we read these are the tenets of the reality that we are seeking to live. So when we go through our experiences, stopping and reminding ourselves that we need to look at the energy perspective of life. We need to look at what is the underlying causal energy and where does it fit in our belief system of love and this is my brother and all those things. I am creating my reality. So this is the journey that we're on. Metaphysical Christianity is challenging for a lot of folks because it's personal responsibility based. We are creating our reality. If I deny that you're creating your reality, I've disempowered you. No, you are creating your reality. Let me help you look at it differently, perhaps, right? So it is a journey of self-awareness, self-awakening, and it leads us to that beautiful space of authenticity. So one is to keep all these tenets in mind for a little bit until they become second nature to us. And it's hard, I know, when, dang, I didn't do that. Somehow I participated in creating it because I'm experiencing it. I might not have directly created it, but I've got some vibrational complementary relationship with it. So during the month of June, Spirit has guided us to look at some of the healing stories of Jesus. So we're going to look at them, and we're going to look at them from a reality, 3D reality, but also from an energy perspective. Some of the books in the New Testament, they've been coined dealing with the cosmic Christ. As we know the word cosmic Christ, cosmic is spirit, one with God, above all things on this limited reality. That is where the consciousness of Christ lives, in that level, that above the constructs and limitations of this reality within each one of us. Not just Jesus. Jesus came to show us, but it lives within each one of us at that level. Say, I got it. That was your review. You are welcome. All right. As we look at these stories, we're going to look at the interaction of consciousness with the miracles of God's light and love, the healing love and light of God, interacting with consciousness. So I'm going to start with one of my very favorite stories. All of the healing stories are miraculous, but I love this story. So I probably live this story. But this is the story of the Roman soldier. A Roman soldier was a centurion, so that means that he was in charge of 100 people. So I'm going to start, before we go into his story, let's just briefly look at the chapter before. Right before Jesus meets this gentleman, he is finishing the Sermon on the Mount. And the Sermon on the Mount is when he's teaching the people the basic spiritual tenets of how they can get to know God at a deeper level. And the last things that he says is this. He talks about you have the capacity to be the food for your fellow man. If you do not have the food for every man, just ask, and you will find that you have what someone needs. Spirit can bring it to you. No one has ever asked in faith and not received. But here's the thing. What you would have God give to you, you must give to other men. The measure of your worth lies in your service to men. And what he's talking about here is the consciousness of giving and receiving. God cannot bring to you what you will not give. If I'm selfish, and I say, God, gimme, it's like, all you have in your world is selfish. That's all I can bring you. things that will make you feel and experience selfishness. So, giving and receiving. As I give, I receive. As I give to my fellow man, I can receive not only from my fellow man, but from Spirit. It opens up that space for me to receive from Spirit. And also, it allows us to know who we are. Jesus is teaching the people that they need to live authentically. They need to live authentically. How you treat your brother is really how you're going to be treated. And if you live authentically, Spirit can actually meet you where you are, in that sense of truth, of who you are. Your consciousness of giving and receiving truly allows the miracles to flow. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to set that aside for a second. Now back to my little friend. All right, this is in chapter 102. It says, in Capernaum there was a man of wealth, a Roman captain, a centurion, who loved the Jews and had built for them a synagogue. A servant of this man was paralyzed, and he was sick, nigh unto death. The captain had heard of Jesus, and heard that by the sacred word he healed the sick, and he had faith in him. He sent a message by the elders of the Jews to Jesus and pled for help. He knew the Jews. He knew their community. So he said, please, I've heard about this man. You know me. Please, I need help for my servant. And it says that, so he's going in light consciousness, right? He's not stepping out of consciousness. This is my relationship with you guys. You guys, can you help me with this? Okay? Then it says, Jesus recognized the captain's faith and went at once to heal the sick. So he saw and recognized the energy of this captain. When he was on the way to meet him, the captain came out to meet him and said, Lord, it is not well that you should come to my house. I am not worthy of the presence of a man of God. I am a man of war. My life is spent with those who often take the lives of other people. Surely he who comes to save would be dishonored if he came beneath my roof. This is a reality, number one, in the Jewish faith. No man of faith would have gone into the house of a man of war. That just would not have happened. But this man, when he's Roman, when he's presenting this to Jesus, he's saying, I know who I am. I know what I do. I know what my job is, and I know who you are. I know what you do. I am accepting my level of consciousness exactly as I am. And I'm accepting yours exactly as you are. And I am going to ask for your help. Do you see? He didn't try to hide who he was. And if you come into my house not knowing who I am, it's a disgrace to you anyway. Do you hear? So the man is really owning who he is. And still having faith that who he is will not deter the healing he seeks. He's open, having faith to be open to receive that healing. So, he's honestly owning his consciousness, and he was good in many ways, Spirit said. His job was taking life if needed. That was his job. But he recognized Jesus' power. He says to Jesus, if you would be dishonored if you came under my roof. But if you speak the word, I know my servant will be well. I know if you just speak the word, my servant will be healed. This is my faith in you. This is what I know. And in Luke, it says, this is in Luke chapter 7, it starts in verse 3, the story. In Luke, it says, the man said to Jesus, I know he will be healed because I tell men to go and they go. I tell men to come and they come. I have authority in my world. I recognize the authority you have in yours. I recognize the immense authority you have in the world of God, love, and energy. I know it. I know all you have to do is say it. Because I can say it and I can command people. I know you command the light. And what a great knowing of I may not live at that level of consciousness, but I can see it. And if I see it, I can access it. I can see it. And that recognition was immense. And then this is what Jesus said. Man said, if you speak the word, I know my servant will be healed. Jesus turned and said to those who follow him, behold the captain's faith. I have not seen such faith, no, not in Israel. Behold, the feast is spread before you, but while you doubt and wait, the alien comes, the non-Jewish person comes, in faith and takes the bread of life. This faith I have not seen in Israel. How often do we live in a consciousness of prove it to me? Let me read the reviews. Let me check this out. Yeah. Let me figure it out. That's too much. That can't happen. We are living in a reality where the need to understand the cosmic energy of the Christ, the celestial, the spiritual energy of which we are all a part, through which we all live. We are in this reality. Yet how much do we still give power to that which has been created in the world around us? Instead of, nope, there's a greater power. There's a greater energy around us. It actually requires us to shift, does it not? It actually requires us to actually start thinking we are spirit. Not we are a victim or limited. We actually have to start thinking we're in this journey for a reason. And when we can embody that, when we can think that even for a moment, all of the heavens open for us. Whatever you ask will be given to you. When you can think that you are part of that community, part of that reality. He knew the power of authority in directing energy, and he knew the power of authority Jesus had to direct the energy of God. To direct the energy of God. We sang our little song, our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're thinking. Our words are prayers. You are directing the energy of God. Do you know that? Oh, dang it all. This sucks. What are we directing the energy of God to? More blocks? More negative? When someone says to you, there's a beautiful energy of God light that if you breathe it in, it can bring and balance your consciousness or the cells of your body or whatever you're dealing with. Where does your brain go? Let me try. I believe it's possible. Or does your brain go, let me see the research? Or does it go, I'll try it one time, and if it doesn't work the first time, I'm not going back? We do Reiki all the time, and Patrick has a beautiful Reiki program going on, 3 sessions for a discounted deal. People will come in who've never had Reiki before, and they'll get on the table, and they'll get off the table and go, oh my God, that was amazing. Oh my God, that was amazing. Recently, more are coming back that had that amazing experience. Historically, they thought, well, that was amazing, but you know what? I still have the illness I had 2 weeks later. I felt so good, and I felt so empowered, so balanced, so amazing, but I still have the illness I had. Therefore, it didn't work. But what happened? In the moment when they're on the table, they said yes to divine energy of God being directed to the cells of their body. They took it in and they felt fabulous. They felt balanced. The body started talking to itself. It started balancing out. And it started moving on a trajectory of greater health and wholeness. But the mind kicks on and goes back to this reality and says, no, it can't be that easy. Let me go back here. And it's not just Reiki, it's everything. Everything that we do. Do we really believe that doing the dance with spirit takes us into that spiritual plane? If we do, we will not stop dancing. We won't stop dancing. We'll keep showing up, even if we're unhappy, moody, crying a little whiny baby. I have crying whiny baby inside me too. So we all have our ups and downs, but I don't stop dancing. Don't stop dancing. All right. For us, to know the power of directing energy, Jesus Christ was showing us how we do it and how we can do it better. He was also showing us to live our beliefs. In the last of the Sermon on the Mount, I did not read it to you. He says, so many of you say you believe it, but you don't live it. You say you believe it because it's cool. Because, that's what everybody's saying. Yeah, that was a way cool sermon. Love that. Jesus, high five you. Good job. But they don't live it. You hear what I'm saying? So in authenticity, they don't believe it. Own that. Own that. And he would have said that to them. If you guys don't believe it, own it. Own it. Be you. Be what you believe. You are more powerful if you just live what you believe. As you evolve into higher beliefs, you may be a little bit wobbly. But you're choosing to go into that wobble state to embody something greater. When we can live authentically, recognizing if there is a belief we do not want to continue in, that we can alter it. If we can live authentically, recognizing what I am experiencing is somehow a reflection of something within me, let me look at it and alter it. When we can live authentically, we have the authority to shift the energy. When we deny that we had a part of the energy, our authority is in the denial. Am I making? Okay. All right. We have to live our beliefs to become powerful. Then ask for what you need in those beliefs. Your giving creates the pathway for your receiving. Your giving creates the pathway for your receiving. Do you guys realize how often you are called to pray for someone? Do you know how powerful that is? When you shut your eyes and you connect with God and you say, Father, Mother, God, boom, whatever it is, I'm connecting, I'm praying, I'm asking, calling forth goodness. You are directing the God light to that situation. And it's not by your power and authority, it is by the power of God. But you are saying, God, move into that situation, do what you need to do, make it what you need it to be, heal what you need to do, whatever they need to experience. But I want you to hear, you are directing it. All right. So, authenticity, we want to be authentic. We want to know that as we give, we shall receive. And then we want to really look at how often do we doubt and wait. How often do we doubt and wait? You don't have to agree with anything I say. Nothing I say. Nothing I say. But what spiritual truth comes to you in whatever format that you doubt? How often does it take the universe knocking on your head to get a message through to you? We love it when someone says, that's the third time I've heard that. How many more times do you need before you do it? God told me, God's telling me through you. You might want to consider doing it. Doubting keeps you in the spin, and waiting keeps you in the spin. And I'll go back to that beautiful service David did so many weeks ago about the plateau. You enjoy that plateau all you want. You're not growing. You can spin, you can doubt, you can do anything you need, but you're not moving forward to connect greater with your own spirit. And that's what our journey is about. It's about connecting with the divinity within us, knowing we're children of God, knowing we have the power to direct that energy. All right. In the Aquarian, the last scripture is 102:15. So Jesus said, the alien came, took the bread of life, and then he turned to the man and he said, go your way, according to your faith, so shall it be. Your servant lives. That was it. He didn't get on his knees. He didn't say, Father, Mother, God. He just went, your faith has healed your servant. It's done. Go. That is the power of the love that Jesus could share with that man because of his consciousness. Because of that man's consciousness. And I can see me being the soldier. I can see me with one foot in a world of interesting challenges. And while I'm trying to pursue divinity. And it doesn't do any good to say I live here when I'm living with foot in both worlds. How do I make those together good? Make them good. And I think our key is being the authentic and then giving to our fellow man what we want to receive. Giving the grace, giving the love. We talk about it all the time. The level that we give opens our ability to receive. And here's the thing. When we open to God, God meets us wherever we are. We don't have to be at any level of consciousness. God's all around us. God meets us right where we are in our brains and our consciousness and our hearts. But God brings greater than we can receive, if we can. God will bring us greater if we ask. Bring me more than I can handle. You will receive. And then you'll have to learn to own that. You'll have to learn to deal with that. And that's a way to grow, isn't it? Wouldn't it be cool to grow by expansion? Grow by getting greater and greater good in my world. Let me see how I can deal with that. Do you know how many people get that beautiful landslide of good, and you know what they do? They doubt their ability to handle it. And then they start putting the brakes on. And it's like, man, you've been praying for that for years. Celebrate it. I don't know if I should. It might go bad. You know? Celebrate it. Celebrate it. If we could see the continuum of our journey as souls, we would be shocked at ourselves today. And we would get our little pom-poms out, and we would talk to ourselves today and say, come on, go, you can do it. You can do it, come on. And we'd be rooting for us to succeed. Because they would show us that. They would say, you've been through a lot harder than this, so shut up and let's go. This is good. You're in a good time. If we could see it. So this requires us owning where we are, to see where we are. And that allows us the faith to go greater. So, I can say it again, but let's anchor it in. Put your feet on the floor. Take a breath and just let your body settle into your chair. And just visualize, imagine, imagine a beautiful column of light over you. And let it be whatever color it needs to be. And I want you to imagine Jesus Christ now steps forward. Your companion, your way shower, beloved brother, the one who is manifesting God. And let him take your hand. Feel his love as he just quickly whisks you away into the garden of your heart. Imagine yourself now just standing in a beautiful garden in your heart center, where you are safe and everything is lovely, and you are home, and it feels like home. And I want you to just look at the vista, whatever you see. And I want you to begin to visualize some barrier. There will be a wall or a fence or something that keeps people out of your reality. Just notice it. And feel how safe you are where you stand. I am so safe. Those people are outside of my reality. And Jesus asks, why are you afraid? What do you doubt about you? Why do you need to set anything outside? Do you doubt your ability to share love? Do you doubt your ability to maintain your sense of autonomy? I want you to take a breath and send a ray of pink love to whatever that border was. If it was a fence or a wall or whatever, pink love to it, and pink love to everyone that you keep outside of your reality. Beautiful pink light. And send the thought, I am who I am. I am good. And I grant you safe passage through my heart. And as you say that, some will go, some will stay. But feel the harmony now. I am who I am. You are who you are. I am living in harmony with the divinity of me. Send more love and let them all go. Let them all have safe passage through your heart. And let your awareness come back to Jesus Christ. Feel His love. The cosmic love of Father, Mother, God has no walls. For you are the director of that love. Breathe it in and feel the infinite capacity you have to create. And now breathe, and I want you to just imagine yourself breathing out and just creating something in this heart center that you want to experience. Something that you want to experience so you can feel the divinity of who you are. And it is not dependent on anyone else. It's yours. If you know what it is, that's great. If you don't, just take a breath and send it out. It'll appear before you at the perfect time. And let your focus now once again come back to Jesus Christ by your side. Take His hand. Breathe in the infinite light that you are divine. And He gently begins to bring you back to this moment, back into your column of light, back into the chair. And He says, you are the cosmic Christ. You are the cosmic Christ. Feel His love moving through you. Feel your love for self, for Father, Mother, God. And breathe, and when you're ready, gently open your eyes. How does it feel to be the cosmic Christ? Okay. Try to hold on to that one thought without doubt and without waiting. And ask for what you need this week. Say, yay, God.